work every day, but today it was like CK. If you know who like Mike Germano, Chris Smith, there are some other people who aren't super big into Bitcoin Twitter, but I think CK was probably the only person there that you guys would know.
Subscribe to
Okay.
Simply Bitcoin.
Are you having a break in between? Do you say, do you order tacos or something?
Every now and then, actually, yeah. Definitely burritos. I definitely got to remind some of the people on the conference team to eat sometimes because they're like, it's like grind time for them, and like it's just back to back meetings and stuff, and it's wild.
What I'm asking is there a lot of Mexicano sausage around your seed phrases, sir?
Around my seed phrases.
Yes, that's what I ask.
All right, let's kick this thing off.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. You made it to another episode of the Meme Factory podcast. This is stream test number 81. If you've seen this show before, you know there will never be anything other than a stream test. That way, if it's not actually live, we can't get canceled. This evening, we are joined by none other than NikCantMine. Nick, could you say hello and introduce yourself to anybody who might not know you?
Yeah, hey everyone. My name's Nick. I'm just a normal Bitcoiner, a dude who likes Bitcoin. Dropped out of school to focus on Bitcoin full time, and now I work full time at Bitcoin Magazine, and I'm just here for the ride and love memeing on Twitter and just having a good time.
Yeah, man. Okay, that's cool. Now, this is your first time on the Meme Factory podcast, so gotta explain something to you real quick. The way we get paid the big bucks is because our main sponsor, Suscorp, has the guests read the ad copy. So, they've sent it to you. It's in your DMs. I know you took a look at it a minute ago. If you can, at your convenience, just pull it up, rip through it, then we can all get paid and get on with the show.
Sounds good. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Nick, and this episode of the Meme Factory podcast is brought to you by Suscorp, making things and stuff. This evening, Suscorp would like to make a few statements regarding an existing product. The Suscorp oxygen gun, which was promoted to a clear fart-covered elevator from the offending rectal gases, is possibly a bad location to utilize the OG, as we call it. The pressurized, oxygen-enriched environment is not a great place to unload on someone who just unloaded on you. We have been getting reports of elevator fires all over, up and down the Northeast. Now that we've told you not to do this, sales of the product can continue with the no liability to us.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Okay, so we also need to go over some hypotheticals.
Okay.
Hypothetically, your Suscorp chatbot robotic knife organizer, the Susbot 5000 TM, will eventually try and kill you. It's it's inevitable, as Michael Saylor says. Hypothetically, it's important that you remember to phrase out all your concerns about the Susbot 5000 TM as hypotheticals when it's within listening and therefore stabbing distance. That's super important. And that about covers it. So please enjoy this episode of the Meme Factory TM podcast responsibly.
Nick, I really appreciate you reading that. I've got one of those oxygen guns. I haven't used it in an elevator, but I'm glad we got that out of the way. I'm not going to. And definitely, those hypothetical questions for the Susbot, the 5000, you got to ask it hypothetically. Otherwise, it's just stabby, real stabby.
Yeah, I would not want to be in stabbing distance of that thing, just ripping off big farts.
It's not good for anybody. Now, since we got that out of the way, we are on to the next piece of the show, which is making sure you get fed. Becca.
Yeah. Nick, thank you for coming on. I have for you.
I can't hear Becca.
What?
You're
I can't hear
breaking up,
Becca.
woman.
Wait.
Where's
Hello?
Now
Where's
we can
Becca?
hear you. It's like
There you go.
when you go off screen.
Yes.
Oh,
Speaking to the microphone.
I'm speaking into the microphone. Is
Oh,
this
wonderful.
helping?
Boom.
That's
Holy
great.
shit.
Ooh. Wow.
Baller
now.
alert.
Pedro, go away. Okay.
Men's pants.
Oh, okay. Going off the rails now.
There you go.
I'm recording,
So
guys.
I have some tacos for you. If you can hear me, that's great. They're a three-way tacos. They are immersed in climate alarmist tears, grilled and smoked on an S9 and flared with sour gas. Our special is a soup special for the conference. It's a mixed bag of LARPing treats. So it includes a chocolate-covered mini pretzel step stools, chocolate coconut and peanut poop drops, and a toxic mint and dark chocolate strawberry roulade. Soup is not violent. Let's remember that. And then our house special is
It can be.
Yellow's Don't Stop Believing Steak Sammy. It's been marinated in Red Bull for 549 days.
Ooh.
Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotta choose one of the three.
I mean, I gotta go. I think I gotta go with the Ahmed get poop is tempting. I will say
What?
this Sammy is it's what's the word I'm looking for? It sounds divine. But I think I will have to go with the NikCantMine tacos.
Ooh.
Ooh, beautiful. Excellent. We'll have them right over.
He can mine and he can dine.
Mine and dine. Oh, nice.
That was one of my favorite nicknames that I heard for Nick at the last conference. He couldn't eat at the restaurant, so somebody called him Nick Can't Dine.
He's a picky eater. There's nothing wrong with that. He likes his steak.
There's nothing wrong with that.
For context, for like anybody listening who doesn't understand that, it was at B22 last year, and I had just got off, working one of the GA days, and I had not eaten all day. And Sheriff Force was like, "Dude, let's go meet up with Greg. Let's go meet up with Sean. We're gonna go get food and grub out." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So we get to the restaurant, and I look at the menu, and if I remember correctly, it was like, was it like a Japanese restaurant or
It's a
something?
sushi place, yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember like, fuck, I hate fish. And I was looking, and I was just seeing like sushi and like soup and stuff, and I'm like, man, my white ass can't take this. I was like, I need protein. I need something
not
that
fish.
Yeah. He just didn't want his stomach appropriating
He had a lot of work to do. the
Asian
next day.
culture.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's also, I have the appetite of a child, so it's like if it's not like pizza, steak, chicken fingers, like I'm out of there. So I went and I got a burrito at a pretty good Mexican restaurant. So, but this year at B23, I would like to prove that Nick can dine with you guys. So.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's bring it and get a little bit serious now. Hello.
Dad,
What?
talk.
I know you want to talk with the podcast.
Okay.
No, we're doing it right now.
A serious question now. Serious
But I
question.
want to sing this song to them.
Hey.
Desi.
That's right. Okay, serious question, Nick. Is poop throwing violence? And if so, why?
Is poop throwing violence? Depends on the context.
Exactly. If you're a dog, is it violence? If you identify as a dog and the poop is of a dog, is that violence, or in their culture is a way to say hello from afar?
I would say that's violence. I've never seen a dog pick up poop and throw it on
You
someone.
haven't met Labra.
I
Okay,
would
so
say
it's
it's more.
violence. Okay.
I would say it's more what monkeys do than dogs.
What are you doing? Haven't seen dogs throwing the poop?
No, I've seen them eating it.
What's worse, Juan?
I honestly don't know what's worse. Eating it sounds disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the no for the conference then. Get it.
I gotta be careful with my words on that stuff from the security standpoint, so I'll pass.
Oh wait, but what if we want to sneak dog poop in? Aren't you the guy to talk to about how to get that done?
I'm gonna just look the other way if I see that going on. So you do what you want.
What about the potatoes? Because there's a lot of potatoes at last year's conference.
I love that. I actually loved it. The whole potato thing completely threw everyone off guard that like didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know what was going on. I came out
Greg,
to
Greg literally stood at a table and signed potatoes for about an hour.
that. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, that I knew was gonna happen.
Like just from random people.
I mean, they were all Bitcoiners. They weren't that random. I think I knew most of them, but
No, there were definitely some randos that showed up. Okay, there was people that said, "Who are you and why are you signing potatoes? And
Yes.
can I have one? And can I have one?
And can I have it? Yeah.
They were like,
Yes.
I don't know. This looks stupid, but I want in on this stupidity. Was what they were saying.
It looks like you're ready to sign a lot of potatoes here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna be here till the bag's empty. Okay.
You look like a professional potato signer, sir. I have one.
Exactly. Oh man. So, Nick, for anybody here who doesn't know, you run a web series, a podcast called Meet the Taco Plebs. Are you still running that?
No, I stopped that sometime in 2021.
Nice.
I think like around early 2021 or summer 2021, I stopped doing that. But I ran that podcast when I first joined Bitcoin Magazine, and I was doing episodes weekly with plebs. And from the Meme Factory, I interviewed Greg, I interviewed RD, I interviewed Labra. So I've interviewed like a lot of plebs in the space.
All the important members of the Meme Factory, at least. You can say yes.
I would have done you all if I was still running it, but
You'd have done
personally,
this.
after a while, I didn't want to do like podcasting anymore. I wanted to take a step away from that, like hosting it.
Oh, you felt like being a guest. That was more your spot.
I don't do podcasts much anymore. I think this is like the second one I've done in 6 months or a year. So I like coming on and just shooting the shit. I really don't like going on like serious podcasts, like where I have to show up and I can't just be loose or I have to talk about something super serious. Like I like just coming here and just shooting the shit with people.
I was interested to hear about how the prep work for the conference is going. I know that could be a lot of work.
Some of my team members are up to 2, 3 a.m. every night, pretty much 5, 6 days a week. It's a ton of work. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that the majority of people don't see. And it is a really high stress environment and a lot of work. And some of our team members are already going to be in Miami tomorrow and Saturday, setting everything up. A ton of work goes into it, but it's going really good. It's going to be a pretty big conference, definitely the largest of any event this year in the space. And as we get closer to it, I'm really excited just because I want to see everyone again and hang out with people. And I think it's going to be a good event, but we'll have to wait and see.
This is the third one in Miami now, yeah?
Correct.
Now, is the plan to move it to a different city after this year, or are you guys going to continue doing them in Miami?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to comment on that at the moment.
Okay.
Why?
Do you
Can't spill the beans. He can't spill the beans on the next conference.
Because they're negotiating
Why?
tax write-offs.
Why? Because I will probably get fired if I spill it. So
So there is an
what?
answer. There is an answer. Okay.
Maybe he can sneak us the answer. So,
Yeah,
Nick can't
just
speak.
say it in Pig Latin. S-yay. There will be more. Or
Labra,
one.
Labra. Yeah.
There you go.
Decode that as you will.
All right, so more serious question. Who do you dislike most at Bitcoin Magazine, and also why is it CK?
Well, why are you single out CK like that?
Because he's the only one that can take it. Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody I really dislike at the company. I feel like, wait, where's Chairforce? Now that I'm thinking about it. Where is Chairforce?
You don't think this is some sort of slight to you guys for letting go of him?
Yeah, and why did you think that? Why did the question of who you dislike make you think of Chairforce?
Chairforce.
No,
Whoa.
there are some jokes I was gonna say if Chairforce was on here for like later in the show if it got to like different conversations, and I was thinking of like the team members at Bitcoin Magazine, and then I thought of Chairforce, but and you said CK was the only one who could take the joke, and I know like I would fuck around with Chairforce the whole time, like our Slack messages back and forth were just fire, just horrible jokes.
He's an amusing guy.
Mm-hmm. But no, CK is awesome. CK lives not too far away from me, so I hang out with him often. He's a good dude.
So he knows where you live, right? You have to say that.
I actually
He'd
moved.
show up on your doorstep.
I actually moved recently to a new place in town, so he actually has no idea where I live. He knows the general vicinity, but he has no idea where I live. I, on the other hand, know exactly where he lives, so
Nice.
I got that going.
You better watch out, CK.
All right, so is there anybody on Bitcoin Twitter right now that's providing a lot of signal that you're excited to see that might be at the conference? If you say Udi, I'll be very upset.
I'm not gonna say Udi. I'm not gonna say Eric Wall.
You just said it. You said Eric Wall too. Jesus.
I have my own opinions on them. Someone that I think is really high signal but doesn't get a lot of engagement, and that might be because he's been like pro ordinals lately, is like Mark Goodwin. I think he's like really freaking smart. And he puts out like I mean, just hearing him in spaces as well, I think he's just like a really smart dude, and personally one of my more favorite follows as well. So check out Mark Goodwin if you get the chance. I gotta shout out Clat. I fucking love Clat. He's so fucking funny.
Clat's so funny.
Maybe not the highest signal, but like
Yeah.
funny as shit.
That has the highest signal.
Yeah.
The bullish one. That's it.
Wait, who's speaking at the conference? Did he say Clat?
No, I
Yeah.
would, but
I
no.
mean, that was part of the question. So
I thought the question. Yeah, I thought the question was who was speaking.
yeah, who on Bitcoin Twitter is providing signal? Are you excited to see at the conference? I should have counted that as like a speaker. Is there anybody speaking at the conference that is also providing good signal on Bitcoin Twitter currently that you're excited about?
I mean,
It's okay if the answer's no, because it sounds like it's no.
Mark Goodwin, obviously. I think John F. Kennedy Jr. I'm surprised a Democrat is saying what he's saying, and calling out all this stuff, and like his stances on like not just Bitcoin, but a lot of other stuff has been like, I never thought like a Democrat in 2023 would be saying the stuff he's saying. And he is going to be speaking at B23. So definitely looking forward to that.
He has been saying a lot of interesting stuff. Are you guys worried about anything he might say on stage that could throw some blowback your way?
Blowback, really?
At the moment, no. I mean, he seems like he gets it. Like I'm sure he's not like, a super hardcore, like Bitcoin maxi, like, like a lot of the plebs on Twitter are, but like I think he does get Bitcoin to a certain degree where I would personally feel comfortable with him going on stage and saying something. That again, if he does say something stupid, I hope this doesn't come back to bite me. But no, like at the moment, like we're pretty excited to have him there, and I don't think anybody's really worried.
Cool.
I've noticed a lot of Bitcoiners have been talking about politics more and more often, which is interesting, right? Because, a lot of times there's a lot of Bitcoiners who think, hey, less government, whatever, more libertarian. What do you think about, as it seems like a narrative's been building in Bitcoin where a lot of Bitcoiners are trying to talk to politicians and talk to people in Washington, D.C. or wherever. What are your thoughts on all that?
So I actually noticed a huge change in the past year or so. I forgot the name of the bill, but last year there was like that huge bill that they were trying to pass in the US, and it got held up for a few weeks, and it was strictly because of like the wording they were trying to slide into it was like really anti-Bitcoin, and it was trying to make like I think like node runners like like money transmitters or some bullshit. And the whole entire, $1 trillion+ bill got held up because of like the Bitcoin community. And I think I mean, I don't think I, watch this stuff every single day just because like what I do for Bitcoin Magazine. And I noticed a huge shift in DC and like around the country. And I think a lot of politicians really started to realize like, holy shit, there is a lot of weight behind this community, and we need to start pandering to them, whether we believe it or not. And like a lot of it, politicians, like Bukele knows it, like you tap into Bitcoin and it's an engagement hack. Like Bitcoiners want to cheer on people. And unfortunately, that has come with some bad actors, like, Mayor Adams in New York City, who was saying, like, oh, really bullish Bitcoin stuff. He's saying he's going to take his paycheck in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then he comes out as anti proof of work. And it's like, you
Yeah.
can't be pro Bitcoin and anti proof of work at the same time. So then, like, Bitcoiners just immediately were like, well, fuck this guy. We're not going to give him any more attention. But like, Cynthia Lummis is always championing Bitcoin. People really like to rally behind her. Mayor Suarez continues to champion it. He said he's going to continue taking his paycheck in it. There's like, I mean, like, you see, like the president of the Central African Republic, he kind of found out the engagement hack a little bit, and people are really supporting him. And then he completely went off beat, started shitcoining, and then eventually stopped. Bitcoin is legal tender there, and like there are some politicians who get it. There are some who don't. I really do think that we've hit a turning point where like a lot of politicians are real. Like the way I'm seeing it is like I know a lot of people say like, oh, Bitcoin is like, like it's for both Democrats and Republicans. It's for everyone, like it's like bipartisan. While technically, yeah, it is like right now in US politics, the narrative is that like Democrats do not like Bitcoin and Republicans do. And like even Joe Biden the other day has been like pinning Bitcoin and like crypto on Republicans. He's like, oh, we have to introduce all these new taxes to stop all the wealthy Republican crypto investors. And, like they're all using these tax loopholes and all this other bullshit. And the Democrats are just pinning as much as they can on the Republicans. And it's really interesting to watch because from our point of view, that's like a, it's a dead end. It's a losing strategy, especially as they're really trying to implement a CBDC. Republican Congressman Tom Emmer is actually a really
Yeah.
good follow. He's not a strict Bitcoin maxi yet, but he's really getting it. And he was saying, so I don't know if you guys remember, but like Joe Biden issued the executive order, and there were supposed to be like 4 or 5 research things that were supposed to come out from different parts of the government, and and one of them was supposed to be, should the US adopt a CBDC or not? And that was due October 2022. And we never saw it. We never saw that or anything since then. And Congressman Tom Emmer and a few others found out that the Democrats had actually written up a proposal on how to issue a CBDC without Congress's approval in the US, which they would need their approval to even do that. But they know that that would probably never happen. Like Congress would never approve that. So they wrote up one on how to issue it behind Congress's back, and now they're trying to like implement it, and they won't share, their strategy with anyone. So that's been publicly clear for a long time. And as we've seen ever since then, we've like, with they're introducing like Fed Now, later this summer, and like just some of the other stances, like Elizabeth Warren's, anti crypto army and all this other stuff. Like you really start to see their true colors and, who's on what side. And, what like I've seen a lot of people getting turned off, like a lot of like normal everyday people who are like who are Democrats or liberals who are like, this is a bit extreme. Like central bank digital currencies don't sound too good because if Trump gets in office, like they don't want to be on the other side of that. Um, and it's just a really fascinating thing. And like I talk with the boys over at the Bitcoin Policy Institute, and I'm in contact with them a lot, and it's really interesting to see like how this is all playing out, and like some people in DC who like are really interested in Bitcoin, and they do own it, but them owning it means they're not allowed to work on it, and it's like it really sucks in some ways. I've Grant McCarty was explaining that to me in some ways, but like
Was he?
yeah.
I just think I always think it's interesting when, when Bitcoin gets this type of narrative on one way or the other in politics. And in the long run, I don't think it really hurts Bitcoin. I think it's good to just focus on what Bitcoin is. But if, there's a lot of politicians that will just say whatever they think the people want to hear. And just like the mayor of New York, right? And so I think they'll just say things, and whether they back them up or not, I think it's just good for people to get more and more touch points with hearing the word Bitcoin, and it solidifies it as something real. Because I think that's half the battle, is a lot of people just think, oh, it's not real, right? Because they haven't gone down the rabbit hole of what is money, like why do they think dollars are real? Why is it that not just paper?
That's a good point, Sean, because it's not that it makes sense, but it's actually the metals behind you gives you like a sense of general bravado around the thing you're saying. And I'm really following what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm in my brother's room, so these aren't my metals, but he's in the Air Force.
But they're precious metals.
They are metals. I didn't say it's yours, but they give you like a point of like they give something extra.
I'm the Air Force general today, guys. I'm taking Chairbor's spot.
Are miners weapons? Some.
I agree with some things Jason Lowry says. I disagree with others.
Who was talking about Jason Lowry? We're just talking about Sean's obsession with metals and calling miners weapons.
Miners.
All right, what do you agree with Jason Lowry on? Get it out in the open. This is the place to do it.
Have you read his book yet?
I have it. I have not read it.
Fell asleep on chapter 1.
Is it blacked out, right? Like the CIA papers we get in the public?
I'm sorry.
How, do
Will
you
it be
take
redacted?
fries with it? Yeah. Like, do you open the book and it's all redacted like the CIA papers?
I opened the book and I saw lots of pictures of like golden retrievers and stuff, and I thought that was
Oh,
dope.
that's nice.
That is
Yeah.
nice.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, because they're weapons too.
Weapons that throw poop.
He's
Golden
weaponized.
retrievers.
I know
Everything's
they're
weaponized.
Golden retrievers produce the best kind of dog poop, and dog poop is violence. So it all connects.
Yeah, like he shows like the pictures of how like the wolf's poop is now like, the golden retrievers and how it's like domesticated and just like, yeah, he goes into great detail on that.
Yeah, and then when you attach the golden retriever to the wolf to the Shih Tzu, at the end, you get an ordinal, right?
I believe so, yes.
I think that's how that process works.
BRC Wolf.
Satoshi did the first one anyway, so what are you guys whining about?
Nick, I'm curious, man. You've been at Bitcoin Mag for a while, and you're young. Was this like your first major job, or did you have other jobs before this?
So when I was in high school, I would like work like, obviously like high school jobs with my friends, like, like pools, and like concession stores, and like, I worked as a cashier at Kohl's one summer. And then right out of high school, so I'm from Northern Virginia, and there's a lot of money and opportunity there. And I thought I wanted to do something with sports. I mean, I do love sports, and like maybe in the future I will do more things with sports, but like I was one of the things I was really interested in was physical therapy. So my best friend's mom worked at a PT clinic, and she was like, "Oh, we're looking for a rehab tech. You should apply." So I applied, I got the job. I went in, I mean, before I got the job, like I would go in and drop off my resume, and like she brought me back and like, had me meet all like the therapists and stuff. And like this was like right out of high school. And this is for a huge hospital system in Northern Virginia. So I remember going to my training and like all these like onboarding sessions, and like I would be sitting next to like, people in their late 20s, early 30s who are like, brains, they got hired to be like a brain surgeon or like, another high class doctor. And they would look at me and they'd be like, "You look kind of young." And I'm like, "Yeah, I literally graduated from high school like 4 weeks ago." And so I worked at a PT clinic at an outpatient building for like a really big hospital in Virginia, and I worked there for almost 2 years. And I was just, in college at the time as well, so I was stacking sats that way. And I got laid off when everything got shut, when the government shut everything down because they were all like flipping shit about COVID. And I unfortunately, since I was more of like an entry level position, I got laid off. And before that actually happened, I got reached out to by Marty Bent, and he asked me if I would come to New York to go on his podcast. And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So that never happened because he left New York right after COVID happened. And one day he tweeted out that he was looking for like an intern, and everyone just spammed the comments like, "Oh, like Nick's got to be the guy, reach out to Nick, like he'll be your intern." So I reached out to Marty and I got on a call, we chatted some things out, and he offered me an internship. So for about like 6 or 7 months I was interning for Marty, and then eventually that helped lead to a job here at Bitcoin Magazine. So I've only had like one, I would say like real, like legit adult job before this.
Crushing it, dude. You're crushing it.
Thank you.
Pretty cool. And what's the next job? When are you bouncing?
Bitcoin kindergarten's resurgence.
Yeah, well, Bitcoin Kindergarten needs you. They need you.
I'm gonna stay at BitBM for a while. I have gotten like other job offers, but
Black Lives
none
Matter.
by BLM.
Is that where you work now? That's
Work
crazy,
now?
dude.
It's just black matter
Black matter. That's like a singularity, right?
in space.
I got you.
I've gotten like other job offers in the space, but none that really enticed me. And I really like working at BM, so I'm gonna stay there for a while. I would eventually in the future like to move on and do something dope. I don't know what that is. One thing that really inspires me is like honestly like the 2021 Jack Mallers announcement, like that moved me in a way, and like the way that like I mean, yeah, like Salvadorans were like able to like use Bitcoin before, but I really do think that like having this all-in-one app where they can use dollars and Bitcoin, like, from what I've seen has helped a lot of people. And I just think that's really cool. Like, I would love to like think of something like a product or service where I can like help, a lot of people who like really need it, who don't have access to like a, financial system or anything, or like I just like to help people. I would love to do something in the future. I have no idea what that would be. I've been thinking about it for a while. I don't have any ideas at the moment, but I would love to start my own thing in the future as well, and help people where I can. If not, if I never think of an idea, potentially like doing something in sports. Like I fucking love European soccer. It's arguably my number one passion, apart from
What team are you? What kind of team are you?
I like Man United.
Manchester United. Okay.
Typical American. Come on, at least pick Man City.
Oh, dude, I did not like Man City. Clearly, but
Yeah.
They both
I would
sound
love-
real
Are you-
misogynistic.
Are you not a Pep? Are you not a Pep fan or what?
No. So actually,
He's a
the
good guy.
summer City got Pep, we got Mourinho.
Yeah.
And I remember talking with my friends. I was like, dude, fuck, we picked the wrong guy. Like I wanted
Yeah.
Pep so bad.
Well, hasn't City won like 5 of the last 6
Hmm.
Premier League? So
Something like that.
it's something crazy, yeah.
I would love.
Most of our audience is American, and if they know as much about soccer as I do, I know they're getting bored right now. So I'm going to cut you off. We're talking about the soccer. We're not doing that. It's not going to happen.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to be an agent, a sports agent,
Yeah.
agency?
I don't know. I was potentially, or like work in like the news, like a news department at an outlet over there. I think that would be dope.
Like
But
ESPN or something?
ESPN or Sky Sports, or like one of the other big ones over there. Like I think that'd be so much fun. Or like being like a reporter there. I used to follow this guy on Twitter, and it's a lot of work to get all this done, but like he went through the ranks, and now he's one of those like reporters that he gets to go to every game and sit there and just like, type up, whatever's happening during the game and publish his thoughts on it after. And I think that's like he's like official signed by like the English FA, and like that looks like the dream job.
Yeah, you have to be like a beat reporter for a long time and hop around from city to city, but then you make it.
Hmm. Yeah, but I love sports. I know you always say ball is life. And like I was wondering, like you say you play professional basketball. Like where do you play?
The last couple of years I've been in Spain playing,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I've been thinking about hanging it up. So this summer I got a lot of things. I just finished up last week. Flew back home last week, so I got a lot to think about this summer. What I'm gonna do,
Hmm.
There's a lot that I gotta think about, but I've been single for a long time. I don't move around. I mean, I've been moving around a ton. I've been getting the itch to settle down, get some kids. I'm getting inspired by some of my Bean Factory members, so I gotta start thinking out some things.
Hell yeah, dude. Congrats, man.
Are you poor or are you rich?
Nice try,
depends.
FBI.
No, because you said you want kids. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
About to be poor, about to be real poor.
Yeah.
It seems that
But
we're all
rich.
gonna get really poor.
Rich in other areas. We're all going to
Yeah.
get really poor? Why are we all getting really poor?
Well,
Yellow has
that's,
a little plushie on the way.
that has to wait until the last question of the show.
Oh, okay. Fine then. Nick, I'm curious. Do you ever go to any other conferences, or is the Bitcoin Magazine conference enough for you on a yearly basis?
Also, are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a dog.
Also, do you prefer sheep or llama wool?
Ice cream or waffle?
Potatoes or cocaine?
Pepsi or cola?
What's Pepsi Cola?
What?
Waffles or pancakes?
I said ice
You
cream
guys
or
aren't letting
waffles.
him answer. He's got to be able to answer.
Okay, yeah, you answer all of them, please.
In order.
Yes.
Alphabetical.
I'm not gonna answer the llama question because that sounds like a trick question. Coca-Cola.
Oh.
Fuck, I don't remember the next.
Yeah, and you're already out of order. So next question.
So what's got you the most bullish going into the halving here in the next year or so?
The most bullish.
Yeah, what do you think is going to be the catalyst outside of the halving? What's the catalyst you see for the next bull run?
You know, like there has been so much happening to Bitcoin that I never would have predicted in the past year or so. Like, I don't think most people would have predicted, like, you know, all the shit we're going through right now and, like, you know, fees spiking so early and, like, all these, you know, what essentially I see as like Ethereum dying and like all that bullshit is moving on to Bitcoin, which inevitably, yeah, would happen eventually, because you know as Bitcoin eats the entire crypto market and people find new ways to use Bitcoin, like it's just gonna happen. But I just think the landscape has completely changed, and like from 2017 till 2022 when Taproot happened, like I feel like we were kind of like not stagnant, but like there wasn't anything like major or groundbreaking or like a huge change in Bitcoin that really changes everything. And I feel like that has happened again. And like whether that's for better or worse, like we'll have to see. But I'm just kind of sitting back and watching how things play out. I don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of hard for me to predict what is, you know, a huge catalyst. Actually, no, one thing I would say is with like the current fees, you know, skyrocketing and all this stuff, there's really a lot of demand for, you know, new scaling solutions and like, you know, maybe not like new as in like a new way, but like people to like really like figure out new ways or like just better ways to scale Lightning and stuff. So I think going into the next bull run, especially if people are talking about like, you know, 100, 200, 300K plus Bitcoin, like I would feel a lot better and a lot more comfortable having something like Lightning around and like really working well. Or just being having like a lot more liquidity there. So like, you know, if there is this massive bull run coming, I don't want people getting onboarded to Bitcoin and being like, oh, the fees are too high. Like, I'm just going to go to Pepe coin or, you know, some other retarded shit. And, you know, I think that like that drives away some people. And I think if Lightning is in a really good spot in the next year or two, then like that's something I'd be really bullish about.
I mean, you bring up Lightning, but I mean, you've got Liquid as well. And with a lot of stuff that we're seeing causing bloat on our fees right now on the main chain, I would see Liquid as a better solution for that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Does anyone even know about Liquid? I think that's the bigger issue. There's a lot of
I use Liquid.
Nobody uses Liquid Yellow. Neither do you.
Yeah,
I do.
I do too.
Yellow got paid for that.
Wait, Blockstream's a sponsor?
I really use it.
Blockstream is a Yellow sponsor, probably. I really use it. What are you using it for? Nobody uses Liquid.
I've never used Liquid myself.
If you try to use Liquid, nobody's gonna take it because nobody else has Liquid.
I have a stack on Liquid BTC, and whenever I see the price dropping, I might change it in a swap exchange like that, to USD on liquid, and then back to liquid BTC.
I didn't understand what you just
Very
What
said.
does
easy.
that button
It's
do?
You
very
know the
easy,
problem.
Sean.
You know the problem with
Dada?
liquid is that it's not very liquid.
Dada,
Got you.
I only pay fees like around
what does
point
that
point
button
point point
do?
1%, like cents, like crazy. So
Daddy,
I have no issues.
you need to tell her something.
Oh, Desi needs to tell us something.
So Nick, while we've got you here on the pod, what are you working on that you're most excited about?
What I'm working on personally. So right now I am currently just like running the news section over at BM, and I have a reporter who I work with, and he covers a lot of the written stuff, and we publish it on our site, as well as I grow like our company social medias as well
did
on the
these
BM
do?
side, and we're really close to 3
Dad?
million followers on Twitter,
Daddy?
so I'm
Really?
excited to hit that.
Dada?
And then we
Dada?
just hit 200,000 on Instagram. So I'm just working on growing those channels at the moment. Would like to do more in the future, maybe after the conference. I'll change things up, or who knows. But right now, that's just what I'm focused on doing.
Okay. And then while you've got Meme Factory members here,
Daddy! What happens if, Daddy?
yeah,
When you're on a podcast, what happens when you turn this?
then they can't hear me if you hit the mute button. So now that you've got the Meme Factory
No,
here,
this.
do you have any questions for us that you wouldn't normally be able to ask?
He thinks as he's looking at the ceiling. He starts to sweep the tears and the. No, I'm gonna stop.
Back to the sea.
Back to the sea.
I don't know. I mean, where's Chair Force?
Where is
That's
Chair
not-
Force? I think
Okay,
he's growing
let's.
flowers.
He's your guy. He's not our guy. I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna say the live. Where is Chair Force? Are we sharing it or no?
I'm not sure what you're referencing. What do you mean, where is Chair
Okay,
Force?
Chair Force had to take a job as a shawarma place.
Oh, yeah.
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 So yeah, he's
He's
one
the-
of those guys that chops the meat, the meat that turns the
Off the-
gyro.
Off the spit, right off
Yeah,
the spit.
yeah.
Well, he's the Euro fluffer. He's not the one that actually does the chopping. He just gets it ready for the guy who actually does the
Oh
chopping.
no!
The gyro fluffer.
Yeah, the
My
Euro
God.
fluffer.
Stop it.
Oh my god!
There.
But I mean, Yellow, you're the one that brought it up, so
Yeah, I had to. Sorry,
Oh.
Chair Force.
I would say if Chairforce had to have a little brother in Bitcoin, Nick, you would be the perfect little brother for Chairforce. I don't know why. It just seems like
they look like family.
they do look a lot. You guys look alike a little bit.
I mean,
I don't know.
Nick's obviously
I mean-
more handsome than Chairforce.
Obviously.
Chairforce can make a pot of water boil just by looking at it. So, like, at least Nick's got that going for him.
Yeah.
That he
Good
looks like
jawline.
Chairforce.
I remember when Chair Force first joined the team, we were at a conference. I don't know if it was BitBlock Boom or if it was the Miami conference. And he's like, dude, there's this guy who just joined the team. His name's Tanner. And like, we're rooming together. And I woke up and he's just cracking all these eggs and just eating them one by one.
Just raw.
Yeah. He's
He
like,
stays
dude,
in
he's a
shape.
savage.
It sounds like him.
Mm-hmm. But no, I love Chair Force, dude. I haven't talked to him in a while. I got to reach back out to him.
I think he's
Reach out to him.
You gonna reach out and touch him? What, Sean?
Fluff him.
Fluff him. Yeah, next time you go to see him, don't go for the hug, not the handshake.
Yeah, don't just reach around. Yeah.
Yeah, don't just reach around. That's rude.
Stop it.
It's rude in some cultures. Nick,
Mm-hmm.
we up past your bedtime?
Not quite. I'm an hour behind you, so I still got some time.
Okay, you hear that, Yellow? He's an hour behind you.
Yeah, I'm 10 in front of you.
There,
I should
If you want.
probably publicly apologize to Yellow for attacking him about Liquid. Sorry, Yellow.
Why?
He's got to kiss the ring, Yellow. That's why.
Okay.
I ain't gonna need a Liquid. No one uses Liquid, Pedro.
Yeah, nobody uses it. I'm not mad. I'm not upset that I called that out. I'm just apologizing to Yellow. That's all.
No, I'm gonna. I told you why I'm using it. It's like a very easy. I
No,
don't have
nobody's
strike.
using it. You're not using it.
Look. If I had strike, I wouldn't be using it, right? Because I could easily like trade as I do with the medium stack I have in there, right? But I don't have strike, so what I use is like liquid.
Let's back
Let's
this
swap,
up. Did everybody else just hear Yellow say he trades?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you trading,
Nick,
bud?
What do you think about Yellow trading?
Feather
Yeah,
coin.
Nick.
Curious.
Feather coin.
I don't
trading
know.
Feather coin.
No,
What are you
USD
trading?
and Bitcoin, USD, Bitcoin, USD.
Don't stop believing, everybody.
Not a hopper, just trader.
Yeah, he was
Hammer.
trading.
Huddle onto that feeling, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, great that you're kissing the ring, Pedro. Thanks.
All right, Yellow, you're going to feel better about this. Since Artie's not here tonight, Pedro, you've got the you guys know.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I did it last week.
Yeah, I know. Now you
Suck
gotta do it again this week.
Before Strike Europe.
Hang on. Let me check my notes here. I need the reference.
Gotcha.
All right. Hey, Nick. We all know the meme factory doesn't actually exist, but if it did exist, which one of us would you like? Which one of us would you retweet? And which one of us would you mute?
I would.
Most people retweet and like me. Just FYI.
FYI.
This is difficult.
Is it though?
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, that's just what he's saying to take up some time.
I'm gonna say retweet RD.
Oh.
Let me help you out here.
Are you using Liquid to send that?
Yeah.
He's working on Bitcoin Magazine and he understands it.
I'll do like Big Sean Harris, and then mute. I don't know.
Don't you dare.
Don't you fucking do it.
I'll do
Don't.
Greg Yellow.
What?
What?
Both of us?
Both?
what was that answer?
Wow.
I
That's a news.
was gonna try and fool Greg into thinking I was saying him, but then I was like, no, I'll go with Yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, Yellow mute.
Yellow got the mute.
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
Yellow
You
got the
fucking scammers.
Hey,
Fuck you.
mute him.
Mute. Somebody mute
Yellow.
Yellow.
You are scammers.
Shilling
Fuck you
Liquid.
guys. I never liked you. But that's okay. This is war, Nick.
This is Ward. Did you call him Meek or Nick?
Whatever.
Fuck off, you general.
Sean, what are all those awards? What did you win them for? Is there a Purple
I don't
Heart in
know.
there?
No, there's no Purple Heart in here.
Is that European Basketball Awards?
Is
No,
that the
no.
Super Bowl?
Are you
I play
flying
lower-
that plane
I play-
in the background?
As you guys already know, I play lower level basketball in Europe. It's not
Did you
that.
have to cut your hair to fit those earphones on?
Yeah. That's why the flat top went away. It sucks.
I got you.
They're headphones.
Speaking of sucking, I think you have a question.
Yeah. So, Nick, do you know what happens in block height 840,000?
We become bankrupt.
as you can tell, there's a lot of people who worry a lot in Meme Factory, and they joke.
Well,
To
we
cover up
have
their-
Pedro after that asking why I trade. This is why I trade, Pedro.
I'm gonna guess it's the halving party in El Salvador.
Let's go.
That's a
You're
good
smart.
guess.
You are smart.
You smart.
That's right, dude. Having parties. You're not a genius, but you're smart. Having party is coming up, and we have the date set April 3rd to the 5th, 2024 in El Salvador. We got the venue, we got everything ready to go, and we just need you to come on down. Come on down, dude, to the having party in El Salvador, where the plebs are gonna have a blast. We're gonna celebrate Bitcoin. There's gonna be some things to learn about Bitcoin, workshops, and if you want, you can just sit by the beach, drink, and eat all day long with your friends. So come on down and have a good time.
I have yet to go to El Salvador, but I really want to go, so I may just have to go down there for that.
Get
This
them
is
on
the-
get them on the
this is the
website.
time.
Yeah.
You're gonna find me in the bar. Yeah.
The website's not ready.
What? Why
Stop.
isn't the website ready?
Well, because I thought Greg was building it.
I'm not building any websites.
I thought Labra was building it.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
Labra's doing it. Yeah.
That,
We're gonna
that
put- we're
that's
gonna
why
put
it's
wrong-
not ready. Because
We're
like
gonna
Labra
put
is
wrong
gather-
faces on
Labra
everyone's
is
name.
gathering. Labra is gathering poop for us now.
Yes,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
for the conference.
All right, so Nick, you've been super generous with your time, and I want to make sure you give everybody watching or listening an opportunity to take a look at what kind of stuff you're putting out in the
Or
world,
feeling.
or filling, or tasting, whatever.
Touching all five senses.
All the senses. Where can they all the senses you?
They can just follow me on Twitter at NikCantMine, Nick spelled Nik, and then follow Bitcoin Magazine on their socials, and that's pretty much it for me.
All right, well, Nick, I really
Such a
appreciate you.
nice young man.
He is such a nice young man. I appreciate you spending some time with us this evening. Thank you.
thanks for your time, Nick.
Absolutely.
You know, nice young men don't use liquid.
God damn it, Pedro!
Good night, everybody.
Hi, guys.